Hi and welcome to another MyOutdoors tested and reviewed. Again, I want to say thanks for everybody that has viewed and liked and subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already, then please do. Today though, we're going to talk about Jackery, a Jackery solar generator. Now you'll have seen from the flight in and the unboxing, it also comes with a solar panel, which I'll bring down in a minute. It's on the roof. But first of all, I want to talk about the battery. Well, it's more than a battery. The Jackery solar generator allows you to be pretty much off grid. It's going to power most things that you want to take with you when you're out in a family camping, or when you are in the van, or just if you've gone out for the day and potentially you need power for something. Obviously you need to watch what it is that you're powering, because once it's too powerful in terms of wattage, then it's not going to work. But generally it'll power anything that you want to take, sort of electrics. It'll charge your cameras, charge your drones, phones, iPads, other tablets, etc. Now, I'm just going to unplug the solar panel. I'm currently working from the back of the van with the laptop plugged in here, and you can see here that currently the output is 22. Well, it hovers between about 22 and 25 watts. When the sun was out earlier, and the sun was out, then I was picking up about 35 watts input. So the solar panel being quite large, and we'll go through that in a second, it does bring in a lot of power, and it's allowed it to create that balance. It's dropped down to about 99% of the battery at the moment. That's gone to 98 and come back up with the power that's been used. But that's working off AC, obviously with a step down for the laptop. But output wise, we're well within the 500 watt output, hence the name Explorer 500. Now, in the description of it, it talks about a 500 watt output. That isn't what I normally would understand to be the output, or not the output, but the size of the battery. In terms of milliamps per hour, I'm not sure, but I did charge my iPad Pro from it. It took about 10, just probably 8% of the battery, of the storage in the. So I think that battery is 10,000 milliamps per hour. So you can work it back from there. Regardless, though, this is a big battery. Or a big power source. I don't think I'm allowed to call it a battery. It has a kind of car charger type port. Also these two DC ports, which I'm not entirely sure what they power. It has three 5 volt 2.4 amp USBs, and it has the 3-pin AC. Now it will charge all at the same time. Obviously you'll see the output on the display go down at that point, but you can pick and choose which output you want by pressing the buttons above. Input wise, it's solar panel. Also within the pack that it comes with in the box, you get this nice little wallet to keep it in, and it has a car charger and also the wall plug adapter. So you can pretty much, obviously you can charge it 3 ways, and that depends on where you are in the world. The other handy feature, it's got this little light at the front there. When it's charging AC, as it is at the moment, it does have the cooling fan. Obviously there's a bit of heat generated from this battery, and that cooling fan does keep it down to a minimum. It weighs about 6 kilos. So you're certainly not going wild camping in it. but it will keep you off grid for a decent amount of time. I mean, the useful things for these are for the fridges, I think, for when you're camping. My cool box will plug into the car charger port, so obviously really useful. Keep your milk, etc. cool while you're out camping. Jackery were also kind enough to send me this carry bag for it, which has the main sack. It's a bit like a cool box bag, and also it has a top pouch here, which has a shoulder strap, and that allowed me to keep that little pouch with the cables in it. So that'll keep it in there, all nice and tidy, and easy to carry to put it in and out the van. The 500 Explorer 500 has a MPPT controller, which, when connected to the solar panel, so the spec says, will charge the unit better and more efficiently, and give you potentially up to 25% more power on when you're charging. Obviously, when charging via solar power, you are restricted by the UV light. The 100 watt panel that Jackery have sent is a fairly big piece of equipment, so it does allow quite a large input. So I used the solar panel and the solar generator, the Explorer 500, at home, and I plugged my desk into it. Now, as you can see from the picture, I had 2 laptops, a screen and a clock running off it. The power output at some points was actually much lower than the input from the panel. On a kind of midday at the sun at its highest and a clear sky, I was looking at nearly somewhere in the region of 70 to 75 watt input, and the setup, my desk setup, was taking out anywhere between 55 and 65, sometimes jumping up to 70 watt output. So it did more than cover for the day. I think I used around 60% of the battery from 9 o'clock till about 5:30. For a day's use with the solar backup, it was really efficient. But again, as we head into the kind of more winter months, that is going to become more restricted. At the moment, if it was plugged in, it would probably sit in about 7 watts in. So, but any wattage in is a bonus. So, in kind of real world use, it's not a out in the field type use, but actually using the power for day-to-day stuff. It is really efficient, and the capacity of the Explorer 500 did allow me to not use any mains power that day, so could be useful should the apocalypse come, or maybe just a power cut. So the solar panel, to make it your off-grid solar generator to go along with the 500, this is the 100 watt solar panel. The panel itself weighs about, well, spec says 3 kilograms, it feels about right. 535mm by 600. Obviously it's in half, so it expands out to 1.2 meters. So it's a fairly big panel, but obviously the size of the panel will give you more power. When I plugged the power bank into the wall, I was getting 85 watt input. At the height of the summer, you might get 100 watt input in this. Obviously there might be a bit of loss with through the cables, etc., but it will allow you to draw in a lot of power as long as the sun's out. Now, it comes with 2 kickstands, and that allows it to sit at the optimum 45-degree angle for when it's charging. And in here it has the charging cable, which rolls up nicely into the pouch there. The other thing it's got in there is 2 USBs, so potentially you can charge a USB device straight off the solar panel without even needing the battery pack. So again, it's a fairly versatile bit of kit. It's big though. Even when putting it in the back of the van, for storage and transport, it's a pretty big piece of kit to transport about. I think I would have liked to see it fold, each panel to fold down again, just to allow it to be a little bit easier to store. I'm going to be a little bit concerned that this gets maybe broken in transit. It does have an IP rating. I think it's 65, so it is splash proof. So it can be put outside. It does tell you not to leave it outside in the rain, so bear that in mind when the weather turns and you're trying to get all your devices charged. In terms of cost for the two, so Jackery in the UK are currently distributing on Amazon. They have been established in the US since 2012, and now they're kind of making their way over here. So the Explorer 500 has been sold on Amazon for $529.99. The 100 watt solar panel is $259.99, and the bag is about £40. So all in all, you're looking at just over an £800 investment to get yourself completely off grid with these two. I think if you're going to use it regularly, you're travelling a lot, some of the kind of electronic nomads that I've seen online in their campers, this will help them. I think it's going to be really useful for me when I'm in here and I'm up in Scotland, making sure I've got this charged. I will take the panel and charge it as much as I possibly can, as green as possible, but sometimes it's not going to be. Combined, it is a good bit of kit, and it'll be very useful when I'm off grid. Thanks for watching. That's been another MyOutdoors test reviewed. My name's Davy Wright, and I'll see you again next time.